Hello, I am Trifina Wilson, and I'm a business and emotional intelligence strategist. And welcome to the Get It Leadership Podcast. If you are an entrepreneur, startup, or business owner, then the Get It Leadership Podcast is just for you. Every week, I will be discussing tips you can use to improve your emotional intelligence leadership, well-being, and business. I will show you how to achieve success by using the tools you already have. So today we have a very special and inspiring guest, Julie McGann. How are you, Julie? Welcome.
Hello, welcome. Thanks for having me, and I'm glad to be here and sharing this visual space with you.
Thank you. So previously you were leading on wellbeing programs in blue chip companies, and now you are the CEO and founder of Unicorn & Co. for corporate wellness, and your digital wellbeing platform called Upgrade You is to help leaders have more energy and feel less stress, which I think is very important. So what I like about you is that you are leading on a wellbeing revolution in organizations by making wellbeing the foundation of organizational success. So what started you on your journey?
Very good question. Thank you for asking this. I've spent first 12 years of my career working for large blue chip organizations in human resources. And initially, because I started working for companies like Shell, British Gas, I already had money to invest in people. So wellbeing program was always there for HR to get involved in. But as a young HR professional at that time, I felt wellbeing wasn't really interesting. It was something for junior members to get involved. It wasn't serious. It wasn't making a real impact on the business. And it's only when I was made to take over a full-time wellbeing project for British Gas, and I had to do it full-time, and I had to make a difference and to learn about wellbeing and create all the different wellbeing initiatives. I've realized what a tremendous impact it has on working culture, on engagement rates, on uncovering people's potential, making their lives better, and actually driving the profitability of organizations. So it opened my eyes, and I've realized that well-being is not just a fluffy thing where you do it once a year. It's actually a tremendous power and force that can drive people and organization forward. And at the same time, I started my personal transformation journey again, because I've been in a personal crisis through some stuff that was happening in my life, and I didn't have any tools. Even from the organizational point of view, we had like a flexible benefit scheme. I didn't have any tools to use to help me feel better. So I had to go out and search proactively, and I found meditation, and I found healthy eating and exercise like yoga and breathing. And gradually I was just doing it and learning myself. And I think these two things eventually led me to setting up a Wellbeing Academy.
That's fantastic. And I do myself personally know the difference between having well-being incorporated in an organization. I used to have an organization that had every Thursday, they would have a yoga teacher come in and teach yoga for an hour, and then allow the employees to have lunch afterwards. So you weren't feeling you had to rush the yoga session and feel stressed that you had to get back to work. They were allowing you the time to have the yoga session and then eat your lunch and then continue work. And that made such a difference within the organizational culture, which was fantastic. So from the work that you have done, what's been the most memorable moment for you?
It's how easily we increase the engagement score by just creating certain well-being initiatives where we didn't just make things, we asked people what they needed. And for example, it was a contact center where people just needed a quiet room where they could just switch off. And big companies just don't think about these things. So we had to clear out a small closet. But we put their armchair and a little desk and a nice music, so people could just go away from their desk, from their phones, and just relax for a little bit. or have something like more healthy food in their canteens. Simple things, when you ask people and you make a difference, people appreciate it and they work better and their performance is better. And it just really surprised me how often leaders just don't want to see that. They just want to save money, where actually they're losing money, and it just puzzles me why they don't see that.
But then you have some companies like, Facebook and Google that do see the importance and have certain areas in the organization where they give the employees room to breathe and kind of de-stress and reflect on the work they're doing. It's that kind of cooperative space that they have, which is so important. So why do you feel that wellbeing is so important, and how do you then pitch this to the organisations that you do talk to and work with that don't see the value? What do you say to them about wellbeing?
I mean, of course, as you can see, the trends are changing, and organizations you have just mentioned, they lead in this well-being revolution. And I have been to Google office in Singapore and in London, and I've been to the sleeping pods, and quite fun. And and I think other companies, because of this war for talent today, and everything is on social media today, and younger generation, they post things, they want to work in companies that feel good and look good and do good. So of course all companies have to catch up now, and they now they think about well-being, or they want to be seen to be doing well-being. But there are other companies like that really care, they really realize. So maybe often it's people's personal journeys, and that's what makes a difference. It's yours, senior managers' personal journeys, that make them realize that well-being actually really changes the way they think, the way they feel, the way they do work, the way how they present themselves to the world, and they think I want the same for their people. And when we meet this kind of CEOs, it's a perfect match, because then we share the same beliefs and values. Otherwise, we often work with the companies that want to be seen to be doing something, and they do something, but it's usually at the surface level. It's not about going deep and making well-being one of the foundations of your business.
Fantastic. So what have been your biggest challenges and how did you overcome them?
I think CEOs always want to give me a guarantee of return on investment, and the problem is that I was always explaining to them that and I run a series of webinars as well on a regular basis, that our workplace is a product of post-industrial revolution. And we still, if you think about how during the Industrial Revolution, workplaces were created where people were gathering around the machines. And the whole workplace culture was around the machine and how machine was working and the maintenance of the machine. And people just were like an attachment to them. No one cared about their feelings, about their emotions, was they need to be well and healthy. And today, even though we work in the sophisticated offices, the mentality is the same. We have this really super cool machines, which is our laptops and phones, and we still think that the only way we work is when we are behind them. And it's and they are very, very fast today. So people are going even faster. Everyone's going really fast because of the connectivity of the fast pace of the world, the pace of the world. And well-being is a completely different force. Well-being is the foundation of well-being is reflect, stop, is just be. It's being connected to yourself, feeling what you need right now, feeling, are you hungry right now, are you tired, do you need rest, do you need to meditate, is your brain full of stuff? And this force contradicts the old post-industrial revolution force, and that's what makes makes well-being almost like being pushed back, saying, oh, with this culture, we can't embed well-being. It's really hard because we work. And I think once yours ask for return on investment, it's very difficult in the current environment to calculate it, because there are so many range of different factors that you need to take into account and to measure. Unless we use self-assessment and some kind of absence and engagement level scores, it's very difficult to prove that well-being works, because there are so many other factors that play into the workplace culture. So that was our main difficulty, to prove return on investment, which I think it's just there, but we probably can't articulate in the same way as we can articulate some tangible stuff that people are doing in the workplace.
That's very correct. They always want to see kind of the return on investment straight away. And as you said, it's kind of hard to articulate that when it comes to kind of well-being and wellness. So then what are your top 3 tips on how to improve your well-being?
For anyone?
For in general, for anyone, especially with people taking more notice in how their well-being is, for employees, for managers, for people, business owners, organizations, top 3 tips in terms of recognizing, right, I'm feeling a bit stressed. What can I do to alleviate that?
Yeah, I think for me, and we were driving it before COVID-19, and now I think it becomes more apparent. It's people spend too much time focusing on outside or on external forces, and not too much time focusing on themselves, connecting with themselves, learning what do they need right now. How am I feeling? Am I stressed? Why am I stressed? What are my thoughts? What's going on inside my head? And then taking action, whether it's an exercise, whether it's healthy meal, whether it's meditation, and really balance both action and reflection. And why it's so important, because at the moment, people have mostly fallen into different groups. It's either someone who has victim mentality and they're not in control, they're facing this uncertainty and things happen to them and they're just victims and they act from fear and from stress. And there are people who act from victim mentality. And victim mentality is when it's like this growth mindset where they know that any challenge that's thrown at them, they can overcome it, and they can act with grace and gratitude and courage. And this kind of state doesn't just come like that. The state needs to be cultivated, and it's being cultivated with well-being. You know yourself, if you're feeling well, if you're feeling rested, you're more likely to feel like a victor, to feel like you can overcome challenges. When you feel tired, hungry, stressed, you're going to feel like you're out of control. You're going to feel like everything is so hard, and you're going to make other people feel stressed. And we have to remember, as leaders and CEOs, stress is contagious. Stress hormones are contagious. So if you're stressed, you're likely to be, your family will be stressed, your organization will be stressed. So your well-being should be your number 1 priority. That's my top one tip. How are you going to maintain your well-being? There are many, many tools, and you can choose your tools. You choose what works for you.
Mm-hmm. And then your second tip?
All right, okay. I would want some. My second one, rest. Don't be afraid to rest. Don't be afraid when you need rest, because we believe that rest is unproductive. Again, in our post-industrial workplace culture, rest is productive. If you've been on holiday and you came back, sorry talking about holidays today, but we're going to go on holiday and been on holidays, you probably find that you come back and you look into everything from a very different perspective. You're like, wow, I've got this new perspective, new ideas. You don't have to go on holiday. Sometimes you need to go out on a walk by yourself with a dog and just refresh your mind. Don't be afraid to switch off. And I think what's happening today, people are afraid to switch off. And it's proven by neuroscientists, our brain can solve all the problems without you being actively trying. It's like, you plant a seed, And instead of letting it grow, you go and you go around it and you look at it and you uncover it and you look inside. It's the same, like, guys and ladies, just leave it. Use this balance. Like, we are nature, things will come. Just say to your brain, I want the solution by tomorrow morning, and you will have it. That's the magic. And people just don't understand. And the third one, I think a simple one, exercise. How you want to do it, whether it's dancing, whether it's jogging, whether it's cycling. Exercise every day. Our body, with so much in our mind, we need to go back into our body, because our body is who we are. And I feel sometimes people are so head heavy today. They're all there because we're on our devices all the time, that it's almost they forget they have bodies, and they don't feed themselves well. And I think when you start with exercise, everything else, you will kind of connect the dots. Because if you exercise, you come back, and if you want to drink water, you want to feel hydrated, then you want to eat a healthy meal, then you don't feel as heavy, you sleep better, you may be more connected to your family, and wake up more, you're having more energy, and it's just a really nice kind of domino effect. So yeah, one simple step and it may change your day.
Great tips. Fantastic. So then what would you like to see as a new normal in organizations?
It's believing, as I said, that well-being and rest is as productive as taking action. And if you look to athletes, top athletes world, where their recovery team as important as their performance team. They look after their recovery as much as them being on the field or playing or running or whatever their field of sport is, but their recovery is as important. Whilst in business, everyone's talk about taking action, people working, but no one cares about recovery. Like, you recover in your own time, and then people come home and they can't recover there. They have kids, they have all other things, and now they're at home. And I know people are working so hard, as you mentioned before, going from call to call, and then how they can give anything? They're empty. How can they give to their families? How can they give to themselves? They absolutely can't. And so recovery is your job. It's the same as taking action. It's a job. You have to arrange your recovery time, and only from that then you fill your cup, and then you can give. So I feel it's a waste of time, this constant non-stop productive culture. It's a myth. It's not real. It kills us. People get stressed, they get old, they get disease. You need to read basic articles on neuroscience on how your body recover to understand that it's so intelligent. It doesn't need your conscious mind to solve problems or for things to happen. So that's I think I've lost my train a little bit.
No, you've been doing great. Fantastic. They're really good tips and solutions, and I truly do believe in your well-being revolution. So what have you found yourself doing that you weren't doing before?
You mean right now, or?
Yeah, what weren't you doing before the pandemic that now you're doing even more, and that you might actually continue doing because it's such a good practice, or maybe not a good practice?
Our company, we were doing lots of, we call them the art of slowing down sessions in the businesses. We're going to businesses and it's a bit scary because now it's like this time where everything slowed down. I was like, oh my God, we were teaching them how to slow down, and now the whole world kind of teaches us how to slow down. And I enjoy it. I enjoy having a balance, because even though I'm a CEO, I'm a founder of a business, and even though I'm a founder of Wellbeing business, sometimes in the past I found myself running like everyone else, because just the pace of life is so fast, and this is a fear of missing out, and you may start feeling guilty. Oh, am I not doing enough while everyone else is running? Whilst now I can truly be myself. because my almost my mind allowed me to, because everything is on hold. And the other thing, I've decided to look at my dreams and things I couldn't accomplish before. And I for example, I've decided to learn how to skateboard. I'm already a snowboarder. I like surfing, and I thought, why don't I try skateboard? Because it's an exercise. I can do it on my own. I can do it outside, and it's just so much fun. And my son thinks I'm crazy, but I don't care. But that's what well-being is all about. You become your own person. You do what's good for you, what makes you feel happy, and you don't look at anyone else. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. As long as it makes you happy and you fill your cup, do it, whatever it is, whatever fills your cup, whatever makes you feel joyful, positive, kind. That's what matters.
Yeah, whatever makes you feel joyful and gives you that lease of energy. That's fantastic. Skateboarding, wow.
Yeah,
I'm impressed. Yeah. you do it with your son as well?
No, he completely avoids me. He's 16, and he says it's embarrassing. I can't see that. And I'm his mom. It doesn't matter. You may think, well, it's fine, she's doing that, but because I'm his mom, it's like he doesn't want to even see that. But as I said, it's not about someone else. I'd love to do it with him, but he's a teenager. He probably has his own ways of doing things.
When his friends see how cool you're, such a cool mom, he'll then come around to it.
When it comes, I don't know about you, but when it comes to your mom, we have all of us, I think we have strange feeling, like, yeah, even when his friends find me cool, I think he's still not so convinced.
Oh, well, thank you, Julie. You've been a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time. If anyone wants to get in contact with you, what's the best way to do that?
The best way is you can email me, Julie, Julie, at unicornco, as one word, .uk. So unicornco.uk, or visit our website at www.unicornandlight.com. So we would love to hear from you. We've got plenty of free resources that can help you and your people to deal with current situation from our top experts. Please visit our website and have a look.
Yeah, your website is very informative, and it has some really great downloadable resources as well. So Thanks so much for your time, and I'll speak to you again soon.
Thank you.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe now for new videos. Please let me know in the comment section below if you found these tips useful. And if you would like more professional one-to-one coaching, please feel free to contact me at igetisleadership.com. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.